What up, everybody? I'm your host, Pete. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's happening, everybody? We back to bring you guys another episode. Now, I know everybody in the world, except for my co-host, has seen this movie, but I just wanted to bring it up and just talk about it because it's making waves. It's a big hit. It's been everywhere. Everybody loves it. Everybody I talk to loves it. There's a couple people that hate it. I find them to be completely weird, like complete weirdos. But other than that, this movie has been doing good. Now, if you guys haven't guessed it by now of the movie I'm talking about.
Wait, but before we get into the news, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by ZippyStream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using ZippyStream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. ZippyStream will help you find and manage a relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at ZippyStream right away. Now back to the pod. Super Mario Bros. Where at the time of recording, they have basically made over $600 million. I'll give you guys the exact number right now. But before I do that, I want to just kind of run down the accomplishments they have already done first. In the first week, because this is the second week it's been out. This is the first week. On the first week, it was the highest grossing opening week. The highest grossing opening weekend of 2023. Basically beat out Quantumania, wound up making on the first week alone about $106.9 million domestically. Also, the highest grossing Wednesday through Sunday opening weekend of all time. Guess wound up beating Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, making $200 million during its 5-day weekend.
Goddamn.
On its 5-day weekend, Super Mario wound up breaking in $474 million global. So they knocked that shit out the park.
They are going hard in the paint right now.
Number 3, highest grossing opening weekend for Illumination. Beating out... they wound up beating out the Minions with a 4-day weekend. They wound up beating the Minions, and it says the Minions made about 70 to 80 million. So not bad. Wound up beating it out. Number 2, highest grossing opening weekend for an animated film. So also a big banger. So Incredibles 2 was holding on to that for a while since 2018. Now the Mario Bros basically said, give me that. Incredibles 2 on its second weekend dropped 58%, whereas Super Mario Bros only dropped a slim 41%. A 41% drop is not bad.
Yeah,
that's a good spot to be on the second weekend. And number 1, it is the highest grossing opening weekend ever for a video game movie. So it did numbers for it being the first video game, or not the first video game, but it is the highest opening video game ever. So as of right now, as the time of recording, it made about 87 million more over its second weekend. Like I said, 41% drop. As of right now, it's at $687 million. See, throughout the week, I was seeing it steadily progress. It hit 500 mil. When it hit 600, I was like, damn, now the second weekend's coming around is close to 700.
Oh, man.
Is this movie making $1 billion?
Sounds like it is. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's beating out all these movies. It's going to be a top 10 contender? That's crazy. I need. I don't know. That sounds interesting.
A Mario movie. A Mario movie. Honestly,
and it's animated.
It's animated. I just think the fact that it's Nintendo, like you said before in past episodes, is that Mario is a global brand. Everybody knows Mario from one medium or another. Somebody making fun of him, the original Mario, you've had to have played the game at least once in your life. Either you played it once and didn't like it. You played it once and didn't like it, or you played it once and loved it. You know what I mean? Or you played it once and you're in the in between.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Super Mario doing these kinds of numbers kind of makes me think that it's not animation that's unappreciative. It's just, I just think that people don't want to go out of their way to watch something that they don't know in animation, if that makes sense. So like if they're making an animated Frozen, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to see that because it's just going to be a kids movie or cartoon or whatever. And then Frozen 2 did numbers, you know what I mean, after that. So they knew what it was. It became a global brand and wound up putting out a second part, wound up doing numbers. So I'm just thinking if they want the perfect mixture of like the best I guess formula to make money for an animated movie, is that you got to take similar shit that people know and love around the world and mash that up with animation and it'll do great. That's what it looks like.
I'm not too sure, because it could be that. It could totally be just, people don't want to go see it or whatever, but everyone should know Mario to a certain extent. Like if I show someone a red cap, they're going to be like, that's Mario's cap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then damn, the fact that an animated movie is doing this much, holy shit.
Very good.
Yeah.
Close to $1 billion. I mean, we'll have to see what kind of drop it takes in the third weekend, but if it's growing like this and it keeps steadily going, man, Mario movie coming for James Cameron's Way of Water, don't play.
Club.
$2 billion. What if it hits at $2 billion?
I don't think it's gonna hit more than
yeah, no. I think it'll probably cap off at like 1.3 bill. I think it'll cap. That's at the rates that is at the time that it's going right now. I say about 1.3. What do you think? Where are you placing your bet at? Where the needle stops?
Just I think around there, 1.1, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll have to see where it goes. But Mario movie making waves. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. Josh, you need to go watch it.
I know. I plan on watching it.
You're not feeding into the phenomenon.
I'm gonna pirate it and let the dude know. Like, hey, I didn't watch a piece of shit movie, but I pirated it. It's pretty good.
It's in 4K. But moving on, another spinoff has wrapped up filming, and that is A Quiet Place Day One. Wound up sharing a photo from John Krasinski, who is not directing this one, but is a producer. He is a producer. Lupita Nyong is going to be in it. Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff. I forgot his name, and it's not listed down here. But we got a bunch of set photos that John Krasinski wound up sharing during the course of filming. It is going to be a spinoff. It is directed by Michael Sarnowski. So, I mean, I personally enjoyed the first one. The second one was kind of like, it was okay. It wasn't like, I don't think it was better than the first one. So, I mean, a spinoff sounds cool to kind of see like what happened, but I mean, we kind of saw what happened when Doomsday happened, and and I believe in the second one, a little bit in the first one. So, I mean, I don't know. You excited for this? Do you watch them? Are you like into A Quiet Place?
I've seen the first one. Never saw the second one. I just didn't get around to it. I hear that the second one was kind of mid, though.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first.
Like it was missing something or whatever. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. It's hard to do things a second time and have it work out. Especially like The Quiet Place. I think that one didn't need a sequel at all.
And if it does, it needs a long ass hiatus and then some random legacy sequel. Incredibles 2, Top Gun Maverick. You know what I mean? Like give it 13 years breathing room and come back.
Honestly, yeah. And then, that's fucking good to know that it wrapped up. I didn't see the second one though, so I don't know how to feel about a TV show.
It's not a TV show.
Oh no,
No, it's a movie. It's a spinoff.
Well, I don't know how to feel about the spinoff then because, like I said, I didn't see the other ones, and I think John Krasinski not being in it or directing kind of kills it for me.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Because, I mean, if you haven't seen it, well, I'm going to spoil a little bit. Well, he does make an appearance in the second one, even though after the events of the first one. Mostly as flashback. So, I mean, if that does it for you, that's fine. But it doesn't really do it for me. It doesn't do much. But, yeah, how this series is going to work without the family. And, you know, we kind of seen that it did take a little dip without John Krasinski in the second one. It's kind of going to, I would say, Lupita Nyong being in there would kind of be a kind of like a go and watch it kind of thing because she is really good. I don't know if you've seen her in like a couple other movies that she's done, but I heard that she kills it in The Woman King, even though I haven't seen that one.
Haven't seen it.
She does a great job in Black Panther. You've seen her in Black Panther. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with this one. A Quiet Place is not this big franchise that I was hoping it was going to be. When I seen the first one, I was like, damn, this is going to be going places. But then it didn't really go anywhere. So I'm like, I'm trying to wait to see if this rocket ship takes off. But it doesn't seem like it really is, you know? Not like the first one. The first one was like a global phenomenon.
The first one was amazing. I don't know what happened with the second one. I just didn't catch it.
But that's the thing. I think it just didn't catch people's attention. I think that I think it would have worked as watching different families do it than just following one family. Like going through this and trying to survive, and then eventually if they wind up meeting up or crossing paths and have a crossover, that will probably make a lot of money. But if it would have done like different survivals, or you know what I mean, or like them meeting other families or something, I think it would have worked out. But seeing the same family again, you're kind of just like, I mean, you know what? And even in the first one, it was kind of ridiculous. Like, we know we can't make noise, but hey, let's try to have a baby in the midst of all this.
Man,
you know, it's like, yeah, little things like that. But I mean, if you guys are excited for, you know, a spinoff of A Quiet Place, there it is. It's on its way. It's getting
a movie spinoff. Enjoy that, guys.
Yeah, it's getting VFX done right now. Moving on though, I wanted to talk a little bit about DC because, you know, a lot of things have happened that we haven't spoken about. One thing is a Swamp Thing, the Swamp Thing movie, right? We learned James Mangold will be directing the Swamp Thing movie. Now, a lot of people were speculating, and this is the reason why I was looking into it. I was kind of like, why did they ever think that Ron Perlman was going to be Swamp Thing? So apparently there was a rumor going around that Ron Perlman was in talks to play a part. First it was to be Frankenstein in Creature Commandos, but then a lot of people were like, well, duh, it makes sense. Why wouldn't he be playing Swamp Thing? I guess because back in 2016, Guillermo del Toro was supposed to make a Justice League Dark film, an animated one, and Ron Perlman was supposed to play Swamp Thing. Now, ever since then, it had been canceled. So people were like, well, maybe Ron Perlman's not playing Frankenstein, but of course he's going to play the Swamp Thing. And then kind of leads a little bit different after this, but a tweet basically went out and was asked, will we get to know who Ron Perlman plays soon, ? By a Twitter user. And then James Gunn basically responded, and listen to this, you might want to pay attention.
Okay.
Ron Perlman is an actor I love, but he isn't on the show, and he and I never talked about him being on the show. It might be better if folks stopped believing rumors. If it doesn't come from me or DC, it's not to be believed. So, I guess according to him, he's not to be believed. I mean, he is to be believed, but other scoopers aren't. But yet, scoopers were proved to be right, and then he lied about some things. That's gonna open another can of worms that we'll jump into after this. But Ron Perlman basically being being told that They haven't talked, and then I know that Ron Perlman retweeted it and just basically was like, "Yeah, thumbs up," to James Gunn's tweet, which kind of sucks. But I mean, would you have wanted to see him as the Swamp Thing?
No. Maybe? No. His voice is like he has the voice and things for it, but I don't know if caking him up and all that makeup is gonna do him justice. You know what I mean?
Why you did it in Hellboy?
That's
he
different.
Came out fine.
No, but Swamp Thing is like it's different. The Swamp Thing and
he's green.
The Swamp Thing and the Hellboy makeup
full of
are
moth
different.
and leaves.
Exactly, that's different than Hellboy.
Hellboy's red with horns. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but him being an actor who already knows that kind of role, where being under a bunch of makeup and being able to portray his emotions and his facial expressions through the makeup, and you know what I mean? Maybe nowadays you don't even need all that makeup. You just put him in a fucking mocap suit and let him go to town. You know what I mean? Like, that could happen too, and put dots all over his damn face.
Maybe, yeah. But I don't know. I don't see it.
I just want to see Ron Perlman, like,
anything
as Hellboy again. Just bringing up old shit. No, but I would like to see him in DC. Maybe you're right. Maybe not as a Swamp Thing. I can think of maybe a couple more people. I would have thought maybe like David Arbor could have been a Swamp Thing or something like that. But that's for another theory. So Ron Perlman not necessarily coming for the Swamp Thing is not.
It's not really a letdown.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. What is a letdown, though, is hearing that James Gunn hasn't even tapped in with him. He should have at least locked him down for some kind of role, or at least had conversations about like Frankenstein or something, because he could have played a good Frankenstein, in my opinion.
Been a fine Frankenstein.
So that's where the mistake comes from. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was the ending of this tweet, where and I'm gonna reiterate, where he says, "It might be better if folks stop believing rumors. If it doesn't come from me or DC, it's not to be believed." What do you think about that?
I think
he's full of shit. I think he's full of shit. I mean, what?
I wouldn't have said it like that. I think he is full. I think he is wrong. Because scoopers have been known to get it right now. They leaked the damn casting before he even said anything for Creature Commando. So they got some sway. And for him to say that, it's kind of bold, because it's not like he's debunking everything. And by the time, well, I guess with the Creature Commandos, it was too late because they published the article. But like with every other project and stuff, scoopers are still gonna be like, "Hey, we know what you're doing." He's gonna be like, "Nah." But he can't be on Twitter defending all that all the time.
No. And that's what, and this is what I told you before, right? This is what I talked about it a little bit more in depth in another episode. I'll try to reiterate as much as I can, but yeah, I really went hard in another episode. But the thing what he was doing on Twitter is exactly as I say, it's unfolding now. I predicted it. He was going to become this person where he basically, and this kind of, I had a theory too, because I know that he was, when we talked about it in another episode too, that he talked when Grace Randolph wound up saying about who he has as Superman and everything. I think that he's on the internet and tweeting all this stuff on purpose to get people to think, who can we believe? You know what I mean? And I think he went on Twitter to debunk everything, and though it looked messy in the beginning, and it is messy, he did all that and kind of endured it just so he can come at this conclusion where, oh, look, I debunked scoopers. I stopped them right in their tracks. No, I don't know that person, whatever. Now, look, I'm telling you. Just believe me and only me. He says me or DC. Well, who's the head of DC and who's the one who approves what DC says? So me and me. Just listen to me and me. If anybody else says anything and it's not me, then it's not me. And I think that, I wouldn't put it beneath him that he probably sent out false information to different places and was hoping that, you know, somebody would have scooped on it or something.
Yeah.
So not necessarily. I know Grace Randolph was like, oh, he's probably gonna change his. I know there was memes out there that was saying like Logan Lerman when he was gonna play Superman, and then a scooper stops it all happening or whatever, and I'm just like, damn. So like, I don't think it was the fact that I don't think he was a choice all along. I think he was that red flag that he was passing around to be like, oh, I know who's saying that. I know who's saying that. Whatever.
Yeah.
If he's that smart.
But I doubt it. No, I doubt he's that smart.
You don't think he's that diabolical?
No.
My boy changed his hair all gray, bro. That tells you he's an intellectual.
Or that he's getting old and didn't want to keep paying for products.
That could be it too. Keep going with your theory.
Oh, man. It's not even a theory. It's just, he needs to stop talking. He needs to stop indulging with these people. And because, again, people are still going to speculate and you're still going to have leakers. And you can't promise that everything you tell us will be right and stuff because we ask you questions and you rarely respond. And I know you're busy fucking doing whatever else with DC and whatever last thing you had to do with the Guardians, but you just need to do something. Find something better for your time. There you go.
You would think he would have his plate full running DC and, you know, promoting the new Guardians movie that's going to be coming out in a couple months. It's like, I get having time, you know, when you're on the shitter, you can have time to tweet or whatever, you know. Does this mean he's on the shitter a lot? Like, is he pooping on company time? Like, what's going on here? Like, I just don't understand who he thinks he's trying to fool. That's just me. Like, maybe you don't think he's that smart, but believe me, my man's has been in Hollywood for a long time, and he's been on the social media scene for a long time too. So much so he knows what works and what doesn't work and what's gonna, like, come on, he sent, like, I'm not saying he sent, but in a way he's dividing more fans again because he says it's not the Gunverse, but yet, you know, kind of like the casting that he did, he put his brother twice in there, right?
Yeah.
Harcourt's in there. You know, like, he says things to fans, but then he does the opposite, you know? So it's like, you're dividing things, and then now you have your little pack of people who defend you with everything. You know, the real DC fans, gun fans, whatever, you know, like how they were saying, like, oh, they're Snyder fans. Now there's a little pocket of Pattinson fans. Now there's a little pocket of gun fans. Now they're, you know, like, instead of uniting, it seems like he's dividing. Yeah. And that's the thing that sucks, is that we can't catch a break where not one person could come in and just unite everybody and just be like, look, like, it's shifted too far. If he would have rebooted everything, I probably think that all that division shit would have went away. But he didn't. And here we are. Still discussing him months later. Honestly, I think we started discussing him when the podcast started, when we started this podcast. And he's just this ongoing thing that just does not stop with his Twitter.
He doesn't know when to shut up, man. He doesn't know when to shut up. I think telling people that, like, oh, if you don't hear from me or from anyone else, it's dangerous. That shit is dangerous. Because what if Peter slips up and he says something, and then James is like, whoa, now, hold up, he shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand keeping hush-hush and on the low, but how much hush-hush and keeping it on the low is there before everything's revealed? Because, like I said, leakers are going to leak.
Leaks are going to leak regardless.
They find a way.
Yeah. If you don't plug up that hole, it's going to leak.
Exactly.
I'm telling you that right now. And don't get me wrong. You can find a way to plug up that hole, but then, you know, honestly, I think DC is more notorious for it, where, like, they shoot on location and people get pictures and images from the street and stuff, which, you know, that's fine. Little tidbits like that is fine. But, like, knowing the full plot, you know what I mean? And I think James Gunn probably learned from watching what's happening with Marvel, and hopefully that's not going to happen. But at the same time, you saying, like, don't believe anybody but us is like, okay, that's fine. If you can prove to us with the actions that you do that these scoopers are wrong, then we stop believing them. But if you say, I don't know, Logan Lerman's not going to be Superman, I don't know who he is. And then next thing you know, Logan Lerman is the new Superman.
You're bullshit.
It's not going to work out for you. And especially him doubling, tripling down on this shit.
Exactly. You can't exactly expect us to trust you. You've kind of been on record lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's fine. James Gunn, you keep doing you. We'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, we're gonna watch what he does. If he does what he says he does, fine. If he does the opposite of what he says he does, that's when we got a problem, right?
Well, I've been having a problem. He fired Henry Cavill after saying he didn't, when I know he did. And now with the same thing, I didn't put Hardcore nowhere. Yeah, you did. We know you did. What else has this fool said? He says quite a bit, but
he says too much. That's the problem.
Never knows how to shut the fuck up.
So another thing that he does say though, another thing that he does say though, is that The Flash is this good movie, that The Flash is gonna be magnificent. We've heard from different spots, and him lying about this doesn't help that. But what also doesn't help The Flash are these fucking images I'm about to show you.
Oh my god.
Look at this. Look at this shit. You look at this big-headed motherfucker, okay? And I'm only going to bring this up right now, okay? And we're talking about the Flash movie, how it's this best thing, blah, 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 blah. Why does this look like this, Josh?
He's running.
He's running?
He's running.
He's running here, too.
Camera angles are different. Colors are different.
It's just the other side. It's just the other side of his head, basically. Why? And the reason why I'm bringing this up, and we kind of touched it.
Angry.
Yeah. Huh?
Is that why?
No, it's just a touch up on. I kind of felt like it would be good to kind of touch up on our expectations for the Flash. Okay. We've been seeing promo come out, images. We know a new trailer's coming out, guys, on the 28th of April. When this episode comes out, it should be maybe a few days after. With every single little tidbit that we get, every single little pictures that we get, and it is not just this one. It's not just the Flash. There's other pictures that I look at that kind of worry me as well. Like hold on, let me see if they have it. We got this image of Batfleck, right? Front faced, the cape and everything but the head looks fake, if that makes sense. And then we got an image of Keaton. Everything looks real except for the background. We got a little image of Sasha Kai. This one looks good. Sasha Kai look good. I can't watching it for the plot. But we got little. We're getting. Look at this. Look at this shot of Keaton kneeling on the floor. And if you guys want to see this, I'm getting all this from Film Flash News on Twitter. They have all the pictures on there. If you guys want to go look it up, their Twitter is Flash Film News. We see things like this. It doesn't necessarily get me hyped to see the movie.
Man, you can't take pictures out of context. I told you this.
I get that. I get that. But it's not just out of context, because even when you've seen the first trailer of The Flash, there's that one scene where it just looks like a straight out like animation where Sasha Kaye pushes the dude with the gun and throws him all the way off. Like when she's flying next to the plane, it looks bad. Like there's a lot of scenes in those trailers that look pretty bad, and these images don't help out either. Like you could take pictures out of context all the time. Some of them are going to look good, some of them are going to look bad. You know what I mean? It just depends on what it looks like. But it's a good movie and it's a good film when you pause something and you're just like, wow, that shit look clean. Like you never paused anything and you were just like, you got it at that right moment where you're like, that looks like a good ass wallpaper.
No.
That's cap. Never? Nah. You don't live life like me.
Okay.
On the edge.
Okay. I don't know, man. I think, again, you're being a little too harsh. We've only had one trailer, and the CGI has polished up since then. in the little teaser that we got. Looks pretty good.
That looks polished up.
That's a picture taken out of context. Was all that in the teaser?
Yeah. What about this one?
That one looks weird. That one looks like Ezra's head is just floating.
This one looks like she's in front of a green screen. The cape looks fake. You could tell. It doesn't even, like, come out, like, past her shoulders for some reason. Like, yeah. This is the little teaser. Yeah, so. Yeah, there's that one, too.
I don't know, man.
They put out this little teaser, too. Hold on. April 25th, actually. Oh, they probably moved it up. So we're getting a new trailer on April 25th. So, yeah, I mean, look at this.
They're trying to make the Speed Force more prominent. That looks a little funky.
I paused it at the right time. Look at that. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, they did the same thing. That's basically what they did. So, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's telling me it's a good movie. I mean, they're going to show it at CinemaCon. I don't know. Like, these images are just making it worse for me. And these little trailers that are coming out. I guess we got to wait for another trailer, and maybe that'll shut me up, and all this talking shit is going to be dealt with. But if it doesn't do that, I'm going to be talking shit still. It's going to be... The Flash.
The Flash. I don't know. I'm still excited to see it.
Even with these images? Mm-hmm. It just sucks that it doesn't help your case, huh?
A little bit, yeah. But watch. The movie's going to speak for itself, and then I'm going to be slam dunking all over you. That's it. That's all it's going to take. That's all it's going to take.
I'm just saying, it has a hard job of making Keaton cool. I'm just saying that right now.
I don't really give a fuck about Keaton.
But he's a part of the movie, so you have to give a fuck.
No.
They literally said, hey, you need to give a fuck about this character because he's going to be probably prominently in this movie.
No. I care about Barry, Zod, Sasha Calle, a Supergirl.
Zod even said, Michael Shannon even said he's not even in this whole movie.
Still, the pieces that we get. If Wonder Woman... Oh, fun fact, touching up on that, what do you call it? Wonder Woman has to have a scene in the movie.
Why?
At some point. Because I told you, she has Funko Pops.
Oh, does she?
She has merchandise, which means she has to be in it.
Well, maybe it's going to be that scene where... Because apparently there was... potential spoiler. There was a leak where they said that they show basically everybody in the Speed Force.
Really?
And Wonder Woman was supposed to be in the movie because of the Batman scene that Affleck said, but we don't even know whether it's in it or not. Still, that's what we talked about the last time too.
Yeah, but she has to be in it to a certain extent. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put out a Funko for her. Basically,
that's true. We'll have to wait and see about that one. So your anticipation is still there? From 1 to 10, what's your anticipation for The Flash?
Still a 7.
A 7? Hasn't dropped?
No.
Not even with these images?
No.
Not even with that image?
No.
You want me to zoom in?
No, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. These images aren't doing it justice. It's going to look good. If you pause any movie at any time, it's going to look weird.
No, there's movies that if I pause, I'm telling you, there's times where I pause a movie and that shit is like, wow, that looks crisp and clean, no caffeine. And then there's times where you pause a trailer and you get images like this. And it sucks because this is my boy. This is Ben Affleck himself. Look at this shit. Look what they're doing to him again.
He kind of looks like a shark.
Keaton, why are they emphasizing so much on his damn wrinkles?
Because he's old. Can't do nothing about that.
You could see it through the damn black eyeliner.
You can't do anything about his wrinkles. He's old. He's an old man.
I can't even say nothing about Sasha. Yeah. I can't even say.
Watching for the plot.
The plot. And this. Jesus, guy. This is undefendable. This looks just weird. Yeah, it looks like the whole third act is just going to be in, like, the desert. That's what it looks like. Like, Zod never even makes it, like, to the city or anything. Like, when they do that little touchdown meetup or whatever, it's basically going to be like, no, get him now. And, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They have a lot to juggle. Not just the universe rebooting stuff, but the, like, explaining how he ends up on Earth anyway without the thing being signaled or whatnot.
I'm just gonna reiterate. I hope this movie's good, even though these images and these teasers and everything aren't really making me hyped to go. I hope it's good because, one, I like the Flash. Two, I like Ezra Miller as Barry. I kind of liked him. I mean, I know about all the harsh shit, but innocent until proven guilty in my book. So when we figure that out, we'll figure that out. And three, I mean, he's from the original, and he's always been the one down to come out in every single project where, like, hey, Barry, we need you for this. You know, even to the point where he crossed over with the CW show. Like,
that was a nice scene,
yeah,
man.
like, so I'm kind of just like, I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping he does good. It's just, this isn't doing him justice right now, and this isn't doing the movie justice. This isn't making people want to go, yeah, I want to watch that.
Nah, man. I'm still hyped to see it for sure.
Oh, you're one of the people who's like, yeah, I want to go watch that.
I still want to see it.
Me too. I'm going to reluctantly go watch this. Oh man, I hope it's good. I hope they have like good like buckets for the Flash. I want one with the emblem. It'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, so new Flash trailer coming out April 25th. We'll see when that happens. Moving on though. Leonardo DiCaprio's and Martin Scorsese's new movie, and this is the one that they were gonna think about playing at the Cannes Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Now we kind of figured out why they're not. We're getting a runtime clock in for this movie about hold on, where is it? Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, right here. So it's gonna be approximately 3 hours and 58 minutes.
God damn, I'm for it. I'm so for that.
Has a good cast going for it. We're Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, Brendan Fraser is gonna be in there. Cara Jade Myers. Just a decent cast.
The GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT.
3 hours and 58-minute movie.
Ooh,
now,
so
will
nice.
this runtime be cut down for theaters? Who knows? Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio always come up with some magic, so I can't even say. I'm hoping none of these minutes are just like filler or fat, and it's just, straight lean movie that, point A to point B. Now, is these long run times becoming a trend? Is this like, 2 hours is not enough to tell a movie anymore? Now we need 3 hours? And if that's the case, why not just make them into two-parters and bank on both movies?
I think it's just I think 3 hours and some change is the equivalent of just having the person's vision met. You know what I mean? Like, cutting it up would be too messy, and it probably cost more to cut it up than just keep it 3 hours. They might cut it short though for movie time. You're right about that. Unless they do put out a 3 hour movie, we've seen it happen with Endgame. So I mean, was Endgame 3 hours?
It was like 2:58.
Yeah. See, so we've seen it before, and that means they're capable of putting it out that long. There's no need to cut it and stuff.
No, 3 hours and 58 is a long time though. They would have to have like an intermission. They would have to have an intermission.
I don't know.
Because how long was Avatar Way of Water? Like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something?
Isn't that one almost 3 hours?
Let me see.
What do you call it? Unless they do it straight to streaming, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like The Irishman was the Irishman movie. Scorsese.
Yeah.
Because that one was for Netflix. So
oh yeah. See, Way of Water was
4 hours.
Way of Water was 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah. See. It didn't feel like it at all.
No, it did not. Long movie.
The Irishman is 4 hours.
I mean, this one and I don't know if they would push it out to streaming. I don't think it's being pushed out for streaming. Is it for? Oh wait, I think it is. I think it's for Apple, but it's already in post production. It should be coming out October 20th, 2023.
Damn.
So it's coming out this year.
It's gonna be going against Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah. No, isn't that in December?
No, it's an October movie.
Oh no way. I don't know which one's the one for you. Pick one.
Both is good.
You gotta pick one.
If I had to pick one,
If you had to pick one,
damn, Five Nights at Freddy's.
really?
I think so.
I'm going for Martin Scorsese all the way. 3 hours a movie?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's good.
I know. I know Matthew Lillard is in Five Nights at Freddy, and that would make me like appeal to it, but I don't know.
That's why, because you don't get the lore.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know. I'm not in the know.
Yeah, you don't know the lore, so you wouldn't understand. But him as Springtrap, he confirmed it. That's gonna go hard.
Yeah, I'm going for Scorsese, 100%. Never that. Never switching up on the GOAT, because he's the GOAT.
But I'm definitely seeing both.
Yeah, of course. But moving on, though, we also got, with the buzz of Scream 7 going around, we got Drew Barrymore even toying with the idea of coming back. Now, if you know who Drew Barrymore is, she is the first girl to die in the whole entire Scream franchise. If you guys seen the first Scream, you know that she's the chick who makes popcorn and winds up dying. A lot of the talk with Matthew Lillard and, you know, potentially coming back as, you know, Ghostface who didn't die, and then, you know, Kirby coming back for the newest installment. A lot of people are like, well, what about Drew Barrymore? And it's like,
why?
Who is these people that says, what about Drew Barrymore? Because to me, she died in the first one.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. She died.
She's
fucking dead.
They showed her hanging from a tree for a good couple minutes.
She was fucking gutted. There's no way.
But her argument basically is, with good writing, anything could happen.
There's not enough amount of writing.
So, let me see. So she was asked. If maybe your character could have been survived by doctors. You know, doctors can do amazing things.
Oh.
Maybe there's a chance she did survive. So does that make you want to bring her back for Scream 7? And she says, it's funny. I never thought about it that way. I'm pretty sure a C-section is comparable to what happened to her. Like, literally. And I'm here. I'm fine. So maybe Casey Baker will be okay. And then Barrymore basically just says, with good writing, you can make anything happen. So hopefully this was just a joke and it wasn't like a real thing. I haven't actually seen the real clip. You know, things like that can come out of context all the time. But hell no.
Yeah, no. She fucking...
Hell no.
She's dead.
I loved her as the first... Her surviving would just undercut the whole franchise, in my opinion. Having, like, the original girl that was supposed to be dead couldn't even have died at the hands of the first killers.
Yeah, no.
That has to undo the whole franchise. All the movie deals, all the stab movies, it has to undo the whole franchise. There's no way. Sorry, you got ridden in a corner, and you should have probably, if you wanted a longer stake in the franchise, you should have probably thought about taking the role that you did.
What do you call it? I guess she was supposed to be Cindy first. She was supposed to be Cindy, and then I think she said, nah, switch me out, because what's her name came through? The one that actually plays Cindy.
Okay.
So she was like, oh, just kill me. And then she's like, okay. What's his name? Craven? What's Craven?
Yeah.
Was just like, all right. So
we gonna kill you, bitch.
So it took like 2 days to film her death. And then after that, that was it. But she was supposed to be Cindy. So, but no, she's fucking, Casey's dead. She's fucking dead. She got gutted out. She's dead.
Yeah, no, she hung by a tree for like a cool amount of time. Like, no, yeah, she's...
Doctors can do wonders. It was 1990 something.
Who in the hell would compare that to a C-section? Since when does a birthing mothers who give C-section
have their guts spit out?
And the doctor's like, whoop, 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 whoop. Don't let it touch the ground.
There's no fucking way.
No. I mean, good topic of conversation. It really makes for a funny little topic right here, but yeah, no, she's dead. Yeah, she got to be dead. There's no way. But speaking of things that might be dead, the Marvels
My God.
might be dead on arrival, and this is because the Marvels trailer has now become the most disliked trailer on YouTube. Beating out it used what trailer did it have? The worst disliked video was at 444,000, and now the Marvels trailer has taken the cake at 468,000 dislikes.
God damn.
I was trying to verify and trying to see if like, you know, I can see them. I don't know how they were able to see them. I don't know if you have to like subscribe or whatever. I was doing my research. I could not figure it out. And while I was doing my research, I went down to the comics section of this trailer. Because I was like, you know what? People can't hate this trailer. It has to be a bunch of bots. You know what they say? A bunch of incels that just don't want to watch this movie because of Brie Larson.
Yeah.
But these comments are just riddled with just bad stuff. And I just wanted to read a few off because some of them are actually hilarious.
Okay.
So this one says, I loved how Monica Rambeau's entire character history is testing different energies out by just walking right into them.
That's what's up.
This YouTuber said, I love the part where the cat army charged down the stairs into Mordor.
Damn.
This one says, I love the part where Nick Fury says, enough is enough. I had it with these motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking plane. And it goes down like that. And I love when Nick Fury said, what are you doing in my swamp? And then went out to search for Farquaad. It just seems like people are just trolling more than angry. I love the part where Batman came out and rescued himself. Sent chills down my spine.
My fucking God.
Yeah, it just keeps going down, and I don't understand why. Like, where is this just random, like, I don't want to call it hate, but where is this like random trolling coming from? Like, why are people trolling this movie so hard?
I don't know, man.
I think it's just because of the first one. And Brie Larson. I don't understand the hate for her, but I think it's just her.
I love how they respect the source material in this one. Yeah, I don't.
He was trying to be genuine.
Right, in the midst of all this. I love the part where audience everywhere demanded for more and more strong, empowered female characters, and thank the Lord above that Disney and Marvel have teamed up to answer the call and give the world what we've been demanding for the past decade or so now. Thank you. So, some fans are happy, but most of it's just a Dodge Charger in space. Like, it's mostly just trolling. Maybe it's because of Brie Larson, but I don't see the hate for Brie Larson. I seen the interviews, right? Everybody's seen the interviews where, like, you know, apparently the co-stars were annoyed with her or whatever. But I don't know. Did you? I think we talked about this. Did you hate Captain Marvel?
No, I enjoyed that one. It was it's not the best thing, but it's not the worst thing. It's just average. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was just, you know, like an average thing squished in between two movies.
Yeah, like I could watch it again if I wanted to. Like,
yeah,
it's not the worst thing.
Okay. And a lot of people compare it to, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second part. I don't know if it had another. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's what it's called, right? Yeah. Because a lot of people said, well, the only reason why that one did good was because it was in between, right? And they both did pretty good numbers. Like, obviously, it was filler in between Endgame and Infinity War. Everybody can admit that. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. They did attach it. I thought they attached it really well, Captain Marvel, putting her all the way in the front. You know what I mean? And then the way they put in Ant-Man and the Wasp. But with Captain Marvel, a lot of people say, like, it was a fluke. That's why they made so much. But a lot of people hated Brie Larson, that she doesn't have a personality, stuff like that. And I get that. She was more of a soldier-built person, and I understand that about her character. You know, she's more logical than, you know, feelings and stuff like that. And I understand that, and that was cool with me. And to the point where now it looks like she's taking a backseat in her own movie.
Yeah.
They're adding a little bit more personality to her. Like, she's a little bit more fun in this trailer. But still, you don't really see too much because she's taking a backseat.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that it's the most disliked trailer on YouTube. and on top of that, people are just trolling up and down. And this is what I mean by like Marvel is like in shambles, right? Because this is the movie that you said was supposed to see whether or not they were gonna make it, and judging from the comments and from the things that I'm seeing, it doesn't look like this one's gonna do any favors for Marvel.
It's this one and Guardians, I think. But yeah, no. I don't know what it is, dude. I wish we could have one of these people to talk with, because it's not me. I'm not doing this. This is not. I actually look kind of forward to it. I don't even like, if I'm being for real. I don't understand half the hate that the movie's getting. I don't understand the trolling. People will just decided unanimously, like, you know what, this is gonna be it. Like, I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, man. If anybody out there who has an idea on why there's so much trolling going on with this movie, if you're one of the mob, let us know.
Let me know.
Yeah,
bro.
let us know.
Let me know what
Hit
the
us
problem
up.
is. Do you hate women? Are you racist? Like, I just want to know.
Let's not put it like that, because maybe potentially, if it's possible, maybe we can have them on the podcast and say their POV, and we can talk to them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say racist or anything like that. I mean, if that's their POV, then hey man, maybe we shouldn't be thinking like that. But I mean, I generally would want to know, just for research purposes, just so I know why this. Because
I mean, she was kind of badass in Endgame too. Like, I liked her. Like, I know people were saying like, oh, she got fucking annihilated by Thanos with the stone. I'm like, yeah, but she also took out all of his fleet. So I mean, you take a punch from an Infinity Stone, like. What's your dumbass perish?
And even then, he was losing until he used that stone. Like, he was losing. Exactly. He was about to lose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't see the hate. I don't understand why.
She's kind of badass.
She's cool. I enjoy. Actually, I'm gonna be doing a rewatch of the Marvel MCU pretty soon, and I'm gonna do it chronologically by time.
Oh, so then Captain America, then Captain Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So very good. We'll have to wait and see what the Marvels basically produces, but. Like I said, if you guys have a different standpoint on this movie, I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah.
Let us know. And moving on to our last and final topic, we got Rian Johnson and Natasha Lyonne talking about Poker Face and basically their plan to keep it going for more sequels. Now, if you guys didn't know, Poker Face is actually a hit. It's on Peacock. It's pretty good. Rian Johnson at his a little bit more sharpened, in my opinion. I liked him in the Glass Onion movies, and I loved his Star Wars movie. So with this one, it just shows that he can make a compelling TV show. I know we talked about it in our last episode, how TV shows have to actually be made for that. And I feel like he did a fantastic job with this show. Like, it's great. It's keeps you guessing up until the very end of every single episode, and you just even though you kind of get a hint, you're more it's like a clue game. You try to figure it out and stuff. So this show's really good. They both the star Natasha Lyonne and Rian Johnson both were being interviewed, and they talked about and basically congratulated both of them, gave each other a pat on the back. Natasha Lyonne was able to direct a couple episodes for Rian Johnson towards the end of the series. She's a star. She says she wants to keep making more. Rian Johnson also said, kind of indicated that a season 2 may be coming, though nothing has been officially confirmed or announced. I mean, it's moving forward. I mean, I watched the show. I know that you watched a few episodes because I kind of showed it to you. I don't know if you continued, if you enjoyed it. Do you feel like this is the right call, or they shouldn't have?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a hit. I mean, I haven't finished it. I know we got through the first episode together. I've been watching other things, so it's on the back burner, and I know I have to watch it. But it does look good, and I hope that fans like you still get the show then, if that's the case.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen it, it's good. Peacock trying to make themselves a thing. So, I mean, them hiring Rian Johnson to make this show. If you guys are good in, if you guys like mysteries where you guys can poke out, fun and figure out the things before it's all realized by the end of the episode, this is a show for you. It's like a real puzzle thing. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'd say go give it a shot. boost the numbers up.
Yeah.
I want a season 2.
Exactly.
Get me a season 2, please. But with that, that's gonna be the end of the episode.
Very nice.
If you guys thought we should have spoken about something, but we didn't, if there's something that we missed, any movies you guys want us to review, like I said, there's some input that we want to hear from you guys. Josh, let them know where they can do all that.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up. We post very engaging things for y'all to let us know about any films or news you want us to cover. If you want to listen to us on the go, Spotify and Apple Podcast at FilmBros Podcast. And if you want to support us in a big way, Zippy Stream at FilmBros Podcast. All it takes is a name and an email. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube, go ahead and do that at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah. And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.